Welcome back to Math 107 College Algebra. In this video, we're going to take a look at the idea of a complex number. So I always like to start by introducing kind of building up to the real numbers. So the most primitive form of numbers are the natural numbers, which in mathematical speak write in what's known as a blackboard bold N. And these are the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. Well, we start to run into a problem with math that we end up with a problem that we can't solve. Something like 3 minus 5. That does not have a solution in the natural numbers. So we expand our number system to include negative numbers, so that's what's known as the integers. So that's indicated as Z. And there's a lot of nice things that we can do with the integers. Like, do addition or subtraction and always get an integer back. Same thing with multiplication. But we run into the problem. We can't do 3 divided by 4. That's not going to stay within the integers. So we now expand our number system to include fractions, so that's going to be the rational numbers. So the rationals allow us to do a lot of nice things. We can now divide, and there's other nice properties the rationals have, but we run into some trouble when we try to solve equations like x squared equals 2. There's not a rational number that I can square to get 2. So we need to expand our number system again. So now we expand to the real numbers. So now almost anything we want to do from an algebraic standpoint, we can do with the real numbers. There is still one thing that we run into trouble with. That is solving the equation x squared equals negative 1. So in order to do that, we expand our number system a little bit further into the complex numbers. So complex numbers are going to be numbers of the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers, and I is equal to the square root of negative 1. So, an example of what we can do now that we have complex numbers to work with, I can talk about the square root of negative 16. Now, the one key we want to remember anytime we're working with square roots of negative numbers, first thing you need to do is pull the negative sign out and make it an I. So we have I times the square root of 16, which is going to be equal to 4i. So, now we have the ability to take the square root of negative numbers. That's going to be useful for us when we start solving different equations when we get into higher order with quadratics. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to start talking about how to solve quadratic equations.